Welcome back to your daily OJ.
Welcome back.
Olga, you were telling me a story, and I said, save it for the podcast.
Oh.
It's about bentonite clay.
Well, I will set the stage. On Wednesdays, you have Bible study. So I have like an evening to myself when the kids go to bed. So I clean the house, calm my nervous system by cleaning the house, and I listen to a podcast.
I was gone a lot tonight.
You're gone like a lot. And they went to bed like 7. So.
Do you want to tell everybody what I was doing?
He's a dingling.
I'm a dingaling. I'm part of the church bell choir now, and it's pretty awesome. I made fun of it a lot on Sunday, and then I got there, and they gave me essentially they gave me 3 bells, but they're like, you really only have this bell, okay? So everything's about timing, right? But I can't count and ring at the same time, I found out. But I can sing the song and ring the bell. But some of the songs I hadn't sung in a long time, so I couldn't remember all the words. So then I was like thinking of the words, and I'd miss my bell, and then I'd ring it. But then like the bells, so they gave me the big bells because like they're heavier, and so I'm like the bass bells, and so and they are like heavier, but also the little, so you have the bell and you have this stick with a rubber mallet, and they'd probably be so offended I called it that, but I don't know what it's called. And you go forward and it dong, and but mine was big, and so to silence it you're supposed to touch your chest,
Right.
to
I was
silence
watching
it.
them.
So I'd go dong dong because I'm supposed to like hit one note and then silence it, but I'd go dong dong, and so it was like clunky every time. And but the worst was for one of the songs I forget what it's called, but you basically like swing the bell through. Ooh. So you go dong and then you swing through. But for me, I was like dong dong dong, dong like the whole way down. And but I was also like on the end. So like everybody else in the choir has 4 bells, and they're like going through their different bells, and I have my one bell, and I'm like, don't miss it, Jacob. Don't miss the bell. And then I'd miss it most of the time. But then like on these swing through ones, I'd be like, and like have to miss the drywall that was behind me because I'm like house thinking, dude, on a Sunday, can you imagine? I get like halfway decent at this, and you know how like when you're halfway decent,
Right.
you forget what
You get a little confident.
You get too confident. Can you imagine on a Sunday morning if I swing through and it goes through the drywall? Can you imagine?
I hope it's recorded.
It is recorded.
I would love to see that.
And the secretary was printing out these huge pictures of the bell choir. Everybody's so proud of this bell choir.
Were you in the bell choir now?
No, like of Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, dude, how funny if I punch through the drywall.
I would love that.
Yeah, I know.
I think everyone would think that was so funny.
Yeah. Art would not, probably.
No, that's all right.
Anyway, so you had a free night tonight.
I did. So I was listening to my podcast. This podcast was about a woman who had like a throat cancer, like a cyst, whatever, and the steps that she took in order to get cancer free. And like, so now she helps a lot of people through the way she does it. And there's another guy called like Crispy Cancer, and he like also, but so she was like doing a lot of stuff that he had done, and I'd listened to him before. But she was saying like there's like broccoli sprouts, like is like, she's like, if there's one thing to help prevent cancer, or even if you have it, broccoli sprouts, like microgreens.
The ones we have?
Yeah, well, I don't get the ones from Kroger, remember, because they have that weird plastic thing, so I'll get alfalfa with broccoli. So I'm growing broccoli sprouts today, actually. So started soaking those beans over there. Seeds? Not beans, seeds. Yeah, there's some chemical that, like, helps your cells, like, fight and prevent the cancer in you. So that was super interesting. But another thing is bentonite clay. And this clay is from volcanoes. So it's like what ancient people have always done. So it's like whenever like the lava comes in, it's like the little soot, and they just like can scoop it up, and they put it into this like clay form, and you're supposed to. So there's a couple ways of doing it. There's the FDA approved, which is on your face, or there's the non-FDA approved because they don't actually want you to do this because like lobbyists and like not liking anything natural, is to ingest it through water. So like you take the clay and you mix it with your water, and then you drink it. And she said when she did like a live blood test before. Have you ever even heard of these?
A live blood test?
Live blood tests.
Aren't all blood tests live?
No. You watch what's going on in your blood in live time.
What?
Yeah, it's called live blood test. But they like somehow like
What?
on a screen you can see what's going on in your blood, like the cells. And she's like, in mine there was parasites, little worms, all in her blood. And she's like, because like she is from Australia, came to the U.S., got hooked up on like junk food, ate a lot of fast foods, and like so her diet just like typical American diet, but her gut biome messed up. So I don't know if this is true, but this is what her functional doctor said it's due to you eating conventional beef because of the hormones and the antibiotics that are put in conventional beef. I don't know if it's like the parasites are in the beef or if it's because they're so bad for you that your body is more susceptible to getting parasites. But either way, like a lot of functional meds believe it's from conventional beef. So she had a bunch of like little things. So her doctor's like, take bentonite clay right away, and it helps like with the water. So you take the bentonite clay and you drink it, but it's like a clarifying. It's like charcoal. You know how I make you take charcoal? It just like binds to all your toxins and flushes them out, like your heavy metals, your parasites. Like it just helps flush your body out. So like for her, she's like, I had to do it every single day for 3 weeks straight, and she's like within like 3 days, she just started feeling a lot better because you can actually like feel the cleansing.
What's your poop like?
I don't know. Well, you would think, like, as it's clearing out the toxins, like, they didn't really go into it, like, you'd probably start.
Okay, I'm thinking more so what's it like to poop out clay.
But, like, the charcoal's black and I'll never poop out. And it's like so she's like, you do 1 tablespoon with, like, a whole cup of water.
I don't know why in my head
You're
I'm
just
thinking
thinking
like a whole mug full of clay.
No.
Just like,
So, actually, funny thing, I got some, of course, for you. But, listen, you know guess who has it?
oh, you don't have it?
No, I bought it. But guess what company I bought it from?
Just Ingredients.
Redmond.
Oh.
And it's from Utah.
Okay.
Because there was a volcano, I guess, in Utah that erupted or something. So that it's like all local. But on it, they used to have it for like, because there's dietary, but they had to switch it to face because the FDA got on them. I was like, you're not allowed to advertise. And she's like, I've been taking this for 12 years now, and like halfway through they didn't change anything, but they had to change what it was for.
Just like they buy raw milk for their dog.
Correct.
Yeah. Liars.
No. Okay. Off topic. Well, what are your thoughts about this before we're going on to another topic?
Of what?
Just-
the bentonite clay?
Yeah.
What are my thoughts?
Uh-huh.
I think this is a perfect podcast for Olga because I don't know. It's just this is your world.
I think it's so cool.
I know you do.
Because her whole thing is like eating whole foods and like she said the number 1 cancer causing thing. Do you know what it is? Number 1.
Number 1 cancer causing thing. Sugar.
Yeah. Yep. It's your cane sugars, your processed sugars.
Yeah.
She said 1 tablespoon of processed sugar stays in your system for 8 hours and messes up your like immune system. So like if you eat 1 tablespoon, which is only 4 grams. So 4 grams is 1 tablespoon of sugar.
How much is in ice cream?
A lot. So, but it messes you up. So she was saying like sugar is your number 1 thing, and then where was I going with this?
You asked my feelings on it because you were about to switch topics.
I don't know. Want to know another thing I learned? As she was talking about all these things, she was saying like how Whole Foods are like medicine. Oh, that's where I was going with. Is her biggest thing is like we were created by God, who also created these fruits and vegetables that we should be enjoying. So like eating these frankenfoods are really bad for you, and that's what like sugar causes all our issues. So that's why bentonite clay is so cool, is because like God also created it to help like cleanse out all your systems. So instead of going to like do the detoxes or whatever that other like not that are more like through antibiotics, like you should be taking these actually natural ways of doing it, because they've been doing it for thousands of years. But she was going on because she was like, well, what's your diet you suggest, like, or the host, and she's like, well, it's up to you and your preference, like you should always get testing. But she's like, the way I view it is wherever you're from, you should eat the food. So she's like, I'm from Australia, like outback. My people that like the indigenous people there, they'd eat kangaroo. So she's like, I believe that God put meats on earth for us to enjoy them, like not in abundance. So like they would eat the kangaroo, wait a few days, get their energy, and then go again. Like it wasn't like a continual indulgence like we are today. But the reason she was saying that is so because she's like, I'm not a proponent for vegan. I think you should be able to eat meats. But she's like quickly like ranted off something. She's like, yeah, unless you're, she's like, veganism isn't good unless you're type A, like blood type. And I was like, that's me. What does that mean? So then I was like, well, she didn't like expand on being a type A and why you should be more plant-based. And I'm like, well, I'm A blood. And well, first I was like, what am I? And then I was like, well, I'm a A negative person, so I'm a type A. So I then did
I did that.
yeah, but thanks for helping me remember that. So then I did a quick another YouTube, because I paused that because I was like, wait, are you serious? So then I YouTubed this and said, if you're type A, you typically have low acidity in your belly, so like you have a hard time digesting meats. So like typically
that's you.
Yeah, plant-based is more like, or like plant-based lean meats, but like not even that much meats than fish, or like what I should be eating. And they said I should they should be eating, or should be eating more omega-6s for some reason, like to help counter, because I am
is that fish?
Typically that's like your fats, so like your
fish.
Yes, yeah, but it's a different type of fat. I can't remember.
Okay.
So like the average American's like French fries and whatever, we're hyped up on omega-6s. It's omega-3s that most people are deficient in, but I guess type A are deficient in 6 and 9, which I'm like, I don't even know what 9 is.
I didn't even know there was a 9.
I know, but I guess type A is prone to inflammation, which I'm like, ding ding ding, like that's me. So
you've been making me eat a negative diet. I'm an O positive person.
Bro, you've been eating your meats and stuff, but I'm like,
what if I need ice cream?
But now, shut up. No, he's that. But I'm like, this is interesting. Like, I want to know, like, if that's because I feel like that's pretty like describes me. I feel like I have a very inflammatory response on like a lot of foods, and I struggle eating meats. Like, it does not seem to agree with me.
Gassiest person
in the world. It's gotten better. So now I'm like, I'll need to do some research on O positive, because I heard that and I was like, I need to know what's going on.
That's interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? So that is what I have done.
The more you know.
The more you know.
So before we close this, how much? So you get bentonite clay.
Yeah.
From Redmond.
Yeah.
How much does it say? How much? Obviously not.
No, because it's for your face.
So how much are you supposed to take?
So she recommends. She said what she does is for 1 cup of water is 1 tablespoon of clay, and you like mix it in. But she's like, it doesn't blend in with the water. Like she's like, you're gonna have sludge on the bottom. So
like
she's
my
like,
mud water.
Right. So she's like, I just keep adding water, drink it, keep adding water, drink it until I have it all the way down. But she's like, you just feel like it doing well. But I'm wondering, I'm like, I don't know if you have parasites. Everyone has parasites.
Yeah,
so she's like, she's like, I started taking it every day, and then once I started feeling better, I do it. She's like, I do it at least once a week, every
wow.
week. She's like, I've done it for 16 years.
Wow.
So, and then Carlin was like, yeah, I have bentonite clay in our face scrub and in our toothpaste. Like, she's like, these are things that are like essentials.
So this was all on just ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So a little plug. Just Ingredients podcast
Yeah.
is the latest episode.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Carlin or the doctor
The
or the
doctor.
I don't know.
Okay.
I was like
Latest
skip past that.
episode of Just Ingredients.
Yep.
Do you know what the title of it?
Something about cancer.
Something about cancer.
It was like how food can heal cancer.
Okay. How food can heal cancer.
Yep.
Because people are. If people ever watch this one day, they're gonna be like,
You crazy.
she's talking about some stuff I've never heard of.
Yeah.
So, because you are now privy to a conversation Olga's been having for 3-4 years.
It just
Something
gets
like
more
that.
and more exciting every day.
Yeah.
Like learning about
Yeah.
type A.
More exciting.
I love it.
But, anyways. All right.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Your Daily OJ. Thanks.
Isn't that interesting?